Hey guys, so real quick, this is Katherine Henry, okay? She's a constitutional attorney. She knows her stuff. She put out videos. She's always putting out video and information October 4th. Here she is. Just real quick. I'll play for you.
And people have been wondering, who was I representing, or what group on behalf of was I speaking when I argued this case in front of the Michigan Supreme Court, when I write these briefs, when I do this legal work here? The answer is Restore Freedom. As part of that Restore Freedom umbrella, we have the Restore Freedom Initiative Constitutional Amendment Petition, where we are gathering 425,059 signatures to strip away the extra language and garbage, to clarify things so we have if we have governors that want to twist and turn things around anymore, that can't happen in the future. We need your help to get those signatures, but that's part of the group. The other part of that Restore Freedom umbrella is my law firm, Restore Freedom with KatherineHenryPC. And that's where I'm going to do work, everything that it takes from now on for the rest of my career, to focus on ensuring that we have our constitutionally protected God-given liberties. If you'd like to help in any way, you can donate by going to RestoreFreedomKH.com, because all of the work I've been doing so far in that regard is done by donation. It's done by me volunteering my time. We don't have paid staff here. So with that being said, there's one last question. What about Oakland County? They have supposedly issued an order as of Friday. I want to say it was their health department that issued the order, that they're utilizing public health code. Now, I didn't read the two together, the public health code with their order that require people to wear masks. But I could tell you what, it's the same statute that I have told you guys about and have pulled it up and read it word for word to you many times since April. I've been telling people since April, this is bad news. This is why that 1945 repeal wasn't going to fix anything, because the second that the 1945 repeal, or excuse me, the 1945 law was shot down, she was going to ramp up, and our government agencies across the state were going to ramp up their use of the public health code. This is not about a state of emergency. This is about control. Code, which I want to say, it's either in chapter 333 or chapter 325. That part of the public health code is unconstitutional. There are several parts of the public health code that are unconstitutional, and I have shared that in previous videos with people. But now that we have the fight of the masks, now that it is clear, exceedingly clear, 1945 law, a no-go for any governor, 1976 law is a no-go for Gretchen, okay? Now that we have that point finally proven, we need to focus on the mask issue, and I will be ramping up significantly on how to help people understand that even if there is a state law that requires it, which there is now, there's a different state law that they're using. The Constitution does not allow it at all. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. So with that being said, I think we covered all of the main points. What?
I would say still an issue with, or a question with kids in schools and kids in sports.
So, does your child in school or in sports have to wear a mask? The Constitution says no. In fact, let's assume that there is some sort of lawful order in place that's requiring kids to wear masks in school or in sports. They too would still have the ADA protections, because if they are not medically able to wear a mask while doing that, the school districts and whomever else, they can't stop the children from participating merely because they can't wear a mask. That defies common sense. Besides the fact that these masks, wearing of these masks, is not a medically settled fact that wearing a mask is going to stop or even slow the spread of COVID-19. In fact, a lot of the people that have been getting sick over the last couple months, they're wearing the masks, and they're getting sick because of the bacteria that they're collecting in and around their mouth and going down into their lungs. So we need to keep all those facts in mind. But regardless of what the facts are, we need to remember the Constitution supersedes all, right? The Constitution supersedes an executive order. The Constitution supersedes a state law. The Constitution supersedes any kind of act from the public health department or order from the public health department. The Constitution supersedes anything that the local school districts are trying to do. So what do you need to do? You need to let your local health department, you need to let your school board know, you need to let your principal and your superintendent know. The Constitution does not allow them to continue this craziness. It's unconstitutional for the governor to do it, and for different reasons or additional reasons, it's also unconstitutional for the legislature to require it, and it's unconstitutional for any person to require these things of us. So contact your state legislator, contact your state rep and your senator, contact your local, your city council or your village board or your township trustees, contact your school board, contact your local health department, and let them know what the Constitution says, because they all took an oath to uphold the U.S. and Michigan Constitutions. Every single one of those people I mentioned took the same oath to uphold the U.S. and Michigan Constitutions, and if they're not willing to do that, then they're not allowed to be in that office, because that oath meant something. So with that being said, I think we covered all the main topics. I have this board behind me because I was going to put up a few things. I guess I never even did that.